Hey, what's up everybody? Justin with AmericanMuscle.com. Welcome back to another installment of our Customer Build series. A series of videos where we talk to customers from all over the country about their rides, their modifications, what they like, maybe what they don't like, and maybe give you guys some ideas for those Stangs at home. Now today, I'm actually catching up with an old friend of mine, a gentleman named Kevin, local guy here to us in the Northeast. We've seen him at a lot of our AM shows over the years, and I'm actually really pumped to be talking to him today about his white S197. Kid's got good taste. Guys, if you want to see a complete breakdown of Kevin's modifications, check out his build page back on the site, or if you're catching this on YouTube, just go ahead and click on that link below. But say what's up to Kevin. How you doing, man?
Good, everything's been really well, man. It's been a while. How have you been?
It has. Kevin and I go back to, gosh, I forget what year I first met you at our AM show. Kevin's always out at our show, always representing, having a good time, and always kind enough to take the time out of his day to come talk to me a little bit, and I appreciate that, man. So I'm a big fan of your ride because, like myself, you're a big fan of the white S197 GT. So let's start off with the front end. The first thing that jumped out to me as an S197 fan is that Boss front end, like the lower splitter. I think it adds so much to your car. What's your experience like with that?
When I first got the car, I knew that it was missing something, but I knew that that was probably the first thing I wanted to do to the vehicle. It was just to kind of clean up the front end. So I went ahead and I ordered the Boss 302 front fascia, and I throw in some Raxium LED lower fog lights just to kind of modernize the lighting a little bit. Those yellow bulbs were kind of killing me a little bit, so.
Yeah, it looks good. So you got the Raxium Halo fog lights in the car, and you had a factory HID car too as well, huh?
Yeah, I got pretty lucky with that. I didn't really notice that the car had HIDs up until I saw it in person, and got to look at the car and just fell in love with it.
Awesome, man. So also up front, I think you also have some axial stuff going on as well, correct? Some of the marker lights and stuff around the car?
Yeah, so as soon as I saw those axial side marker lights, I really didn't want to have to put black side markers. I'm not really a fan of the whole Stormtrooper look, but as soon as I saw that Axial released a clear housing, I was set on them. I ordered them and put them in the same day they came in. So I'm very, very happy with those, have them in the rear and the front.
Nice. You also made another really good move with adding the 1314 style taillights.
Yes, that was a big thing that had to go. The stock taillights just kind of looked like two candy canes on the rear end of the car, man. It was, and since I was going with a lot of updated lighting, I had the Raxiums up in the front, the Axials on the side. Needed something to do with the rear end, and super happy with them.
That's awesome, man. That's really good. They really do make a world of difference. Well, let's talk stance, and again, this has been a kind of an evolution for you. And as far as your stance is concerned, I see you got the STRTs as far as your dampers. Which spring is the car on?
On my last Mustang, I had the Vogeland Sport lines. So I knew that I wanted to go with the Vogeland Sport lines as soon as I got this car. I think this past winter, the car was just sitting. So I, was detailing it, was kind of just giving it some love, and I wound up ordering those Vogeland Sport line springs.
So behind those Ford Performance wheels, you got some Power Stop stuff going on, correct?
Yep, Power Stop, performance brakes, and then I wound up pairing them with some drilled and slotted rotors up in the front. I am going to do the rears just to kind of match up everything. It's definitely something I'd like to take care of hopefully soon.
That's awesome, man. Well, I tell you, a factory HID car with Brembos in white, that's a unicorn right there, man. Now let's see, let's move around the back of the car. I believe you still have the GT500 style spoiler, the pre-painted spoiler on, correct?
I love how the GT500 looks. It just kind of flows very, very with the body lines. The guys over at the American Muscle Show, when I bought it, they were super, super helpful with the whole process. Ordered it the morning, received it back in the afternoon, and that same night I put it on.
Awesome, man. Yeah, the paint match is easy to make that happen too, right? Like you don't have to wait for it to get painted.
The paint matching that you guys do in your boots are they're A1, spot on.
That's great, man. I'm glad to hear it. And I also saw that you pulled the trigger on an air raid filter, so.
Yep, so an air raid filter. Fortunately, I got the whole car is tuned by VMP. Super awesome guys. I know they work very closely with you. I threw a bunch of questions at them because it was my first time tuning my car. Car was kind of sleeping a little bit before the tune, and the tune kind of just tied everything together.
Yeah, I can't say enough good things about Justin and Joe down there at VMP. Those guys are awesome. Justin did a great job on my car, had it running great. So you kind of segued into a thing I always like to do, which is basically some future modifications. Now you kind of hinted at a few, maybe the Paxton, maybe some rear brakes, and anything else you really have your eye on that you'd like to add down the road?
In terms of performance, I really would love to swap over the intake manifold. I'm still doing a little bit of research on that, probably within the next 2 years. Would love to get the Paxton kit that you guys offer. Aside from the forced induction, I feel like that would kind of be like the climax of the car. You know what I mean? Like I've kind of built it from aesthetics and then went over to some performance. I feel like that Paxton would be a very, very good way to end the build, if you know what I mean. I think getting a stronger block would be a very good idea. So, long term would be to get a 17 block, build it from the block up, and then slap on that Paxton and call it a day.
Well, last question is something I ask everybody, and I think I already know, but I just want to make sure that I get it right. Do you have a name for the car?
Yes, actually. So a friend of mine kind of looked at the car once and he asked me, he was like, do you have a name for it? And then I really didn't pay too much attention to that sort of thing. I wasn't really like a name guy. And he was just like, why don't you name it Delilah? And I was like, Delilah? Delilah was kind of a name that kind of rolled off his tongue. And I was like, no, that's dumb. And the next day it kind of just stuck with me. The name sticks and it's kind of a part of the character of the car, part of the personality.
Well, dude, thank you so much again for taking some time out of your schedule and talking with me today about Delilah. I appreciate it. And hopefully we'll see you at the next AM show next year.
Yeah, for sure, Justin. Thank you very much for reaching out to me. I appreciate it. Whether it's at the AM show or just here, I'm always going to take some time out of my day to say hello to you, wish you well. Hope everyone is well and safe and healthy.
Appreciate it, brother. Likewise. All right, there you go, guys. That was Kevin and Delilah, his 2011 GT. I tell you, man, I love that car with factory HIDs, factory Brembos for 2011. That's a rare car, and he's done a great job getting it started in the right direction. Sounds like he's got some awesome plans down the road with a Paxton, maybe some other goodies. And hopefully we'll be catching up with Kevin and Delilah in person next time we have one of our AM shows. Guys, we hope you enjoyed this installment. Again, as always, if you want to see a complete breakdown of Kevin's ride and his modifications, check out his build page back at AmericanMuscle.com. You can see a ton of his pictures, or as always, just click on that link below in the description if you're watching this on YouTube. Guys, in the meantime, thanks for watching. I'm Justin. For all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.